Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Undo the locks and throw away the keys, and take off your shoes and socks and run you.
Bon boy, everyone. It's Jordan Jesse Go. I'm Jesse Thorne, America's radio sweetheart.
On boy to everyone. I'm Jordan Morris, boy detective.
It's a beautiful morning here in Los Angeles, a beautiful morning across this great nation, although it is also lunchtime in some parts of this nation and thus not morning.
But I mean, is there a more beautiful meal than lunch?
That's a really good point, Jordan, especially if it's well plated.
I mean, you eat with the eyes first. This is a good show.
What if there's like a radish, you know? You know how some radishes are sort of white in the middle and pink on the edge and they're or like even different colors, you know?
Is it the tastiest vegetable? No. But is it fun on a plate? You betcha.
I'm good with a taco. I mean, I'll give it
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I'll chomp that radish. Nice texture.
I want to give a shout out to everybody watching on the live stream, everybody listening on the podcast version of this show, particularly everyone who has already become a member of Maximum Fun. We are now over 400 new and upgrading Jordan Jesse Go listeners. Thank you to all of you. That means we are already locked in to one additional episode of Alex Inc.
Thank you /
fuck
movie you
podcast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go suck a lemon, and we're grateful.
And we love you. We love you. And also, why do you hate us?
Yeah, MaximumFun.org/join is where I would like you to go. Jordan, we're going to get into the subdoms in just a moment because I have a really great subreddit to share with you, Jordan. I just want to say I made a little video. I was listening to Fresh Air yesterday. Love Fresh Air. You know, shout out to my
Jesse
girl
Eisenberg?
Terry, my girl
Jesse
Tanya.
Eisenberg?
I listened to that Jesse Eisenberg. That was a great one. That was a really
I caught a
interesting
little
one.
bit of it in the car. I love
Yeah.
I that's one of those. It's always fun on Fresh Air when you can tell that the guest loves Terry Gross, and like Jesse Eisenberg's Terry Gross fandom is so clear throughout that whole interview. Yeah, really fun listen. Anyway, not to remind people of better podcasts they could be checking out, but
yeah, podcasts. Not to mention podcast guests we tried to get on Bullseye who turned us down because they were doing Fresh Air. He's been on Bullseye before. He was wonderful. I was listening to an episode that was about the manosphere.
Yes.
This is the world of podcasts hosted by dicks who are poisoning America's mind.
Now, the manosphere, these are all, and I haven't listened to any of these shows, but it's like jacked dudes who discuss the classic bad movie, Manos, Hands of Fate.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I was mystery science theater movie, Manos, Hands of Fate.
It hit hard because I had been out at a comedy show, actually with our friend Ben Harrison and Dan Wally, who makes the music for Bullseye. And I had seen two comedians, Yasser Lester and another one. I can't think of who else was on that show that said this, but independently say podcasts were breaking America.
Yeah.
I was sitting there like, oh.
Sorry for the part we played.
But I want to say this, right? There is this world of dickheads in podcasts.
Sure.
It is a huge part of the podcast ecosystem. There was a time when we thought maybe all podcasts would be ripoffs of This American Life. And was that a little annoying? Yes, but dramatically less annoying than the manosphere.
Yeah, we didn't know how good we had it. Bring back the cutesy music cues and diegetic sound, please.
Yeah, let's hear some more ukulele scoring. Anyway, what we do at Maximum Fun is our goal is to be the opposite of that fucking manosphere bullshit. Like here we are, Jordan. We're a couple of dudes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? We've got huge cranks,
Sure.
powerful muscles, very sexually undeniable, I would say. Like,
yeah.
We cast a spell on all who gaze upon us.
Yes, it radiates off of us.
We have open minds.
Yeah.
We love to learn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm famous for
And
my love of lifelong learning.
We're open to all perspectives. All.
Yeah.
No perspective
But
is bad. That's what we say.
here's the difference. We're not fucking assholes. We're not dickheads.
I mean, we can be about certain topics.
Sometimes, once in a while.
Once in a while. But, it's trivial. The things we're dickheads about are trivial. They're not, giant global issues.
Alex Inc. got canceled years ago. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That is a settled matter.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could say we're not dickheads all day, but if you're the creator of Alex Inc.,
Yeah.
we're Jordan Peterson or whatever.
We're only
That's one of
dickheads
those guys,
to,
right? That's one of those guys.
Yeah, that's one of those guys. We're only dickheads to dead horses. We're
There you
only
go.
willing to kick dead horses. Anyway, my point is this. If you think that fucking podcast should be something other than a bunch of dickheads getting 9 figures from fucking Spotify, people who made all their money cheating musicians,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe go to MaximumFun.org/join. That's what I'm fucking saying. If you want it to be something else, go to MaximumFun.org/join. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm leaving it at that. Let's get into
yeah.
r/hobbies.
Oh, sure.
r/hobbies, Jordan. So we got a lot of great suggestions for comforting subreddits from listeners. And I went down a rabbit hole of several hobby-related subreddits.
Mm-hmm.
And it may well be that next week we talk about r/dioramas.
Oh boy. Don't tease me. Don't tease me.
But as I was going through these, I found that my Reddit kept suggesting to me that I check out r/hobbies.
Right. Because this sort of browsing that we're doing for this paints the picture of someone with no specific interest, but a general interest in all sorts of disparate things.
That's what drew me to r/hobbies, was that specific thing. I thought, who is going to r/hobbies rather than r/whatever their hobby is? Now, Jordan, Allie, who's watching on YouTube, commented, what about r/hobby drama? Have you ever seen r/hobby drama?
Yeah, this rings a bell. This is the kind of the stuff that we like when there's a little spat in the comments about something that is baffling to the casual viewer.
Exactly. And that subreddit I thought about bringing onto the subdoms. The only problem with it is that one of its essential qualities is that every post is 75 pages long.
Sure.
So it really doesn't fit our format.
Yeah.
But r/hobbies and a lot of the hobby subreddits are just pictures of things, which, look, we can describe the pictures, but maybe it's not the ideal thing for us to be talking about on the subdoms. Right. We like a little bit of text as well, a little special texty stuff.
Sure, yeah. Words, pictures, we love them both.
Anyway, r/hobbies kept getting suggested, and I was wondering about that very same thing that you were wondering, which is, what is the person who's interested in hobbies in general?
Just like the concept of getting enjoyment out of free time.
Exactly. The first post I really fell in love with was, this is from Odd Archer 6922. It says, I'm making a list of 50 hobbies to make me try new things. What's your hobby? Hi, all. I'm making a big list of hobbies and will work my way through each one. So, what do you do? I currently paint and play badminton.
Oh, man. This r/hobbies is going to be wholesome as shit, isn't it? It's going to be so fucking pie cooling on a windowsill, knitting a little scarf for my rescue dog. Oh boy, this is gonna be so wholesome. I can't fucking wait.
Many of the top posts on r/hobbies are just encouraging people to not feel like they need to have talent to create art, which I think is just so fucking great.
Sure.
Anyway,
I mean, we love that sentiment, right? Come on.
What is a podcast?
Yes.
If not art created by the talentless.
Me.
Kit Allen was the first reply to that one. She said, I joined a local mermaid pod recently. This is the top reply.
Okay.
79 upvotes on this one. I joined a local mermaid pod recently where we free dive using monofins and wear pretty tails. Also into scuba diving, pole dancing, embroidery, cross stitch, gardening, knitting, crochet, and reading.
What a list. Just pole dancing in there in the middle. Love it. I will see this once in a while at the old Verdugo Aquatic Center where I like to swim. No, not pole dancing, unfortunately. I'm talking about mermaid meetups. This is a little subculture that I would love to know more about. It is, it's what you said. It's people with the monofins, which is like, something, a fin that both feet go into. Probably helps with butterfly, just helps with core strength in general. But you do it dressed as a mermaid and you do it with other people. And I don't think there's any kind of like competition to it. Not that I've seen. They're not racing, but they're just kind of like fancying around in the water.
No, they're boning each other.
Yeah, I'm curious. I would be, and obviously this has come up a lot in the history of Jordan Jesse Go, but I wonder what the sexual subtext is to mermaiding. I don't know.
Foraging in the woods is one of the replies here. I go for mushrooms and huckleberries. My favorite is like the third reply down, fourth reply down, just says napping. Not just on the couch, at the lake, the park after a picnic, the back of my SUV after watching a sunrise, in between clouds when viewing the stars / constellations or northern lights.
Oh my God. This does not get more wholesome. I know I'm famous for my inability to nap, Jesse.
Really? You still can't nap?
Still can't nap.
I learned as an adult. I couldn't nap as I would say through my 20s. I couldn't nap.
Right.
And then I got tired.
Yeah. Is it just, filling your life with jobs and kids to the point of pure exhaustion to where you have to nap? Or is there like, is there a supplement I could take?
There's a secret that I learned. There's a few secrets. One is that earplugs and eye masks make a huge diff.
Okay.
The other is, and you get those nice eye masks where it's made of like neoprene and it bubbles over your eyes so it's not pressing on your eyelids.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. And then the other thing I learned is it's really nice to give yourself permission not to fall asleep. So you just say, I'm going to take 20 minutes to rest right now. You lie down on your bed or on your sofa, wherever you like lying down. I find my sofa is a nice nap spot.
Sure.
But sometimes I lie down on my bed. I like to lie on my back with some pillows under my knees.
Ooh, the back. That's a good place to lay. The back. Oh, don't get me started on the side.
And then you just tell yourself, I'm just going to relax for a while. If you fall asleep, nice. You fall asleep. If you don't, you don't. You're just giving yourself permission to enjoy yourself. Ping and Pong replied to this post. This got many dozens of upvotes. It just says, obligatory r/bookbinding recommendation.
Well, of course. Naturally. Of course. It's like, it's in a list of great movies, of course Jaws is going to be there. Of course The Godfather is going to be there. And yeah, if you're talking about hobbies, bookbinding. Do we even need to say it?
Yeah. This all reminds me of, you remember our friend Dan Grayson from college?
I do. Wonderful man. That
guy loved to learn skills.
Yeah.
And do stuff. Ping and Pong also listed all the components of game development. It's an entire paragraph. Then the next thing just says baking, making jerky, cooking, bread baking, longboarding, skateboarding, reading, rock climbing, bouldering, esports, video games, board games, model trains, if you hate money, And last but not least, arguing with people on Reddit about why your list of hobbies is better than theirs. Love that person. Okay, here's another.
Yeah.
I want to share another post with you, Jordan.
Okay.
This one is by B5 Scat Pack, which I don't know what that means, but it seems like something bad.
Yeah, maybe maybe we'll investigate this person's other Reddit posts. That's always a fun little treasure trove when you see someone post something weird, see what else they're posting about. Anyway.
It says, "Is this a hobby?" That's the subject line. It says, "About once a
Okay.
week, I drive around my city looking for streetlights that are not working. I then report them to the power company to fix via their website. The power company's pretty quick to fix these lights, and I get excited when the following week I see an area I reported completely lit up. I think
Aw.
it's a unique hobby, but maybe I'm just weird. What do you all think?"
That's very fun. No, I mean, I think that's a hobby. I think it's fun. It helps your community. Can we click on Scat Pack? This might be a mistake, but can we click and see what else they're posting
Yeah, I'm
about?
going to click on Scat Pack and see what their other posts here on.
Deployment there. So maybe a military person.
Letter
This
of
could be
recommendation question for the Air National Guard. A little bit in r/meteorology. Yeah, this is tracking.
okay. Yep.
First O scale layout. Yeah, r/Lionel trains.
I
Some
mean, I think
corrosion on the water
how
heater.
long before? Yeah, I think with these little, and I enjoy doing this. I enjoy kind of like looking at someone's posting history, and it's like, how long before we get to a really specific porn subreddit, really specific, like stepsister and washing machine kind of stuff.
Those fun balloons.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call cumuliform clouds that produce precipitation? I don't
Maybe
know.
are they confusing a cumulus and
Nimbostratus?
cuneiform?
Is it nimbostratus?
Might be nimbostratus.
No, it's towering cumulus.
towering cumulus.
Okay, here's another post
Okay,
in
yeah, what do you got from
r/Reddit I
hobbies?
liked. By Clothed Man from Island. Is there a name to this? I love being in dark warehouses and darker spaces with big open things and a lot of things for me to explore. Is there a name or word to describe this sort of behavior or the enjoyment of these types of spaces and exploration of them? I love warehouses, malls, hospitals, industrial facilities, old school buildings, and capital letters, I fucking love underground tunnels.
This is a real genre of Reddit post. It's basically like someone going into a community and just asking, "What am I doing? I'm doing something. What is it? What I do?"
It comes with a picture. This person posted a picture of
Ooh.
their laptop. What looks like maybe a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah,
And
it
some
looks
sort
like
of
a bagel sandwich and then maybe
a
some
red
sort of
soda
like
pop.
Dutch red soda.
And then they're just in a weird basement.
Amazing. I love that they are. I wonder if they're getting internet down there. I guess. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Could. I mean,
You could
maybe
run
you
Cat 5 down there, Cat
Sure,
7
you
maybe.
could. You could.
Cat
Yeah.
7
This.
might be overkill.
I there's one thing, like, I mean, I feel like I've met a couple of like urban explorers, right? Like people who like to, explore, abandoned buildings and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, that's a thing. That's a well-documented thing. I was having a great conversation with cartoonist Julia Wirtz about this. Julia Wirtz, big urban explorer, has a lot of interesting stuff to say about it. But this poster's photo implies they're not just going down to explore, but they just go to hang out.
Yeah. Someone
Eat a
identified what's
breakfast
going on
sandwich.
their computer. Is they're playing RuneScape.
RuneScape. Who doesn't want to go to a haunted hospital, play a little RuneScape, and chug 40 ounces of red soda?
Yeah. What is your most niche hobby? Asks Yeog. They said, my most niche hobby is painting, not on canvas, like painting furniture, room walls, house, garage, etc. Also, my friend's niche hobby is voice acting and imitating. He beatboxes, copies anime movie accents, and reenact their dialogues and imitate music artists like Michael Jackson, all one word, and Sam Smith. Super fun during parties.
It does sound like it would be fun during a party.
So there are like a couple of like, I cultivate optimism. I collect browser tabs.
Sure.
Replies.
Oh yeah.
But
I grow my
underneath
TBR pile. Blurp.
underneath that, it gets really golden with ISO fashion forward infinity scarves that have hidden zippered pocket for feed tubing for diabetics who have tubed pumps. It's
Oh my
super fun and
gosh.
relaxing for me.
Yeah. Wow.
Then it gets really good. Sure Worldliness 164 just posted, I like to fold small candy wrappers, Mamba and Starburst, into tiny squares.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. Someone wrote, making fantasy birds.
Okay. Okay. Yes. I mean, I guess I worry that involves killing or trapping birds and sewing them to other animals that you've also killed or trapped. That's my initial concern.
Somebody wrote, I'm in a sports league in the summer that's sort of like 10-pin bowling. It uses an actual 10-pin bowling ball and tetherball combined. That sounds profoundly dangerous.
Yeah. Wait. So read it again. What is this?
I'm in a sports league in the summer that's sort of like 10-pin bowling. It uses an actual 10-pin bowling ball and tetherball combined. So picture normal bowling, but imagine you're playing outdoors in a parking lot. So instead of using a smooth bowling alley, you put a telephone pole near the pins. Then you attach a 20-foot chain to the bowling ball. This sounds like a Saw sequence.
Yeah. No kidding.
When it's your turn to bowl, walk the ball back to the pitch. You hold the ball over your head with both hands and then throw/swing it forward. It has to pass the pins, go several feet and around a yellow post, and then come back and knock over the pins.
Yeah, this is some. I mean, this sounds like this would be big in the manosphere.
Somebody else wrote mermaiding, but like
Mermaiding, yeah.
that thing is nuts.
Do you think we have
I
any
collect photos of
mermaiders in the
horses from
audience?
1880 to 1920, Jordan.
Mm.
I even have particular poses I go for.
That's niche. That's niche, baby. I love that they have a range of years. So like, don't give me any 1925 horses. I don't care. I don't care about the 1925 horses.
Dishes and laundry. That is literally the least hobby and
Yeah.
the least niche thing you could possibly pick.
I guess right. It's like things that everybody does. These are chores. I guess if they're like other people's, maybe it counts as a hobby. Like if you've done your laundry and dishes and you want to go just do someone else's laundry and dishes, maybe that's a hobby. Or if you're like timing yourself, I don't know. But you're right. Does not seem like a hobby.
I really like this one that says, I translate medieval and Renaissance cookbooks from Austria, Germany, England, and also Italy lately, and try to recreate them. Started about 5 or 6 years ago with Das Buch von Güterspies by Würzburg from 1350 and fell into a rabbit hole. That rules. I love that one.
Absolutely. Sure.
I turn woolen full felt cloche and capelline blanks into anachronistic hats.
Beautiful.
Love it. Okay, there's another post here that says, this is one where I think you might be able to help out, Jordan. Like if you have suggestions or whatever.
Sure.
I'm no longer in, this is from Dangerous Jump 5805. This is just a couple days ago this got posted. Maybe people in the comments have some suggestions for this person that we could share. I'm no longer in school, and I miss taking notes and doing schoolwork. What are some hobbies similar to this? This is the
I
most
mean,
universally relatable post in this entire subreddit, wouldn't you say?
oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like, go to your local community college. You can take a class for $30. Just get maybe like the class, like showing up at the proper time is kind of like what this person's not about. Maybe they want to be doing this on their own time. I don't know.
Jordan, I dropped out of school, but I miss taking notes and drawing diagrams, things like that. Also, just doing things that feel important on the computer.
Well, we wouldn't know anything about that. I've never done anything important on the computer.
Yeah, is just playing out of the park baseball count?
Can computers be used for important things? News to me.
I mean, pornography is important. You don't want to get backed up.
You know what? That is true. Pornography is important. Sex work is real work. Thank you. Yes, I do. I do my duty and consume pornography.
I mean, here's my question for this person.
Yeah,
Maybe go to school?
sure. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe my theory is that like this person doesn't like the structure, right? They don't like showing up at a certain time. They don't like deadlines, but they do like all the stuff. Because that would be my suggestion too. Is as a big fan of going down to your local community college and dropping $30 on a class, like I'm like, yeah, do it. It's fun, but yeah, maybe this person just needs less structure.
Okay. R/hobbies top mechanic 5494 posted cringe hobbies. This is what we want from this sub. We want to know what embarrassing things people enjoy doing. Are there people here who have embarrassing hobbies? Ones you prefer not to brag about in public? I'm creating a cartoon universe. Maybe a comic book in the future if I don't lose my enthusiasm. I don't post my work on the internet. I would love for people to approach art more openly and tolerantly, but unfortunately, the truth is that what I find cute and interesting for other people is very cringe and creepy. What is in the comic book? I need to know what's in the comic. This person is outsider artist Henry Darger.
Right. That's a lot of naked flying children, right?
Yeah, a lot of cupies with dicks.
Mm-hmm.
I love the thing is like you get into the comments here, you want to hug all these people. All these people.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
it's a
making
wonderful-
greeting cards and holiday cards with rubber stamps and ink pads with the occasional use of fountain pen drawings and watercolors. I'm a big burly dude with a beard. I just love seeing my family's faces when they open one of my cards.
What I wonder what the cringe is here, right? Like what I don't know. It's this there's a vibe to this where I'm like, yeah, it's like someone saying like, I got such a dorky taste in music. The Beatles. It's not quite that, but there's something to it of like, sorry if it's a little cringe, but I love drawing comic books. It's like, not really. I don't know. Like cringe is like photographing your poos. What's going on here?
Jordan, Top Mechanic 5494.
Mm-hmm.
The things that they find cute and interesting, others find very cringe and creepy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's not just that they're creating comic books.
Right. It's some unspecified thing that's cringe and creepy. I don't know. There's sure. Are there any other examples of cringe stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, rock hounding.
Well, yeah, what
I feel like a nerd always looking at the ground and distracted. Piles of rocks around the exterior of my home. Honestly, I'm into this fucking rock shit.
Yeah, that sounds nice. But again, cringe? I don't know. What is this? This feels like a give me extra credit thing.
There is someone here who posted a lot of the people post fanfic. That's one of the top
Yeah.
comments. But Amanda NY6 posted, maybe not a hobby, but I wrote a Law and Order SVU fan fiction once, and my teenage kids found out.
I will say that, yeah, I do think there is some legitimate cringe to writing Law and Order SVU fanfic. That works for me as a little bit embarrassing. I guess, like, fan fiction has a stigma, of course. A lot of great fan fiction writers out there, but yeah, doing a fan fiction about the most normie show in history is pretty funny.
Yeah, I think it's one thing to write fanfic about the Fifth Element.
Sure.
Why is the Fifth
Yeah.
Element my example?
Yeah.
What was that show called? Atlantis XVR or something like that?
Oh, maybe yeah, Stargate Atlantis. Is that what you're thinking of? Stargate Atlantis?
Stargate Atlantis. Yeah, it's one thing to write it about that, but when you're writing fanfic uh about 911 on Fox.
Right, yeah. It's like writing fan fiction about 60 Minutes.
Someone I really loved their comment said, because I can relate to this. I've never done it, but I've gotten close. Alderon23 wrote, I've been writing and recording rap music for over 17 years, and I've never played it for anyone. Sometimes I'm listening to old stuff and I think, that's actually not too bad. But most of the time, I cringe at it and am happy I never showed it. Only wish I would have showed my ex any of the 20 plus songs I wrote for her. That stuff was really good, and I feel like I should have showed more love during our relationship.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's your baby shoes never worn.
Yeah. This person making butter too.
Hmm.
First of all, one presumes they're making butter.
I mean, I would hope so.
Shibari, kinky knot tying. Have you ever seen this, like at the Folsom Street Fair or something? It's like really complicated.
Yeah, yeah. Sailors knots, but for people. Yeah.
And like it's people are like trussed up like a Thanksgiving turkey. You know
Sure.
what I'm
Yeah,
talking
and they got stuff poking out from the knots. Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
Then it says, on the weekend, pony play, novice level.
Right. No, I'm not an expert. I'm not doing it professionally.
Do you think they would be more or less embarrassed if they were expert level? Is that more or less cringe?
Yeah, good question. I guess if you're doing it at an expert level, maybe it implies you're getting paid for it, or there's yeah, uh, you're you're going somewhere within the pony play community. So yeah, I would say so. I mean, I think yeah, I think that is less cringe. If you're like, listen, it's part of my income. Everybody's got to have a side hustle, so I do a little pony play.
I just want to say, only the best for Mia. If you're listening right now, there is nothing cringe about making your own wigs. That's the greatest hobby I've ever heard of in my life.
Oh yeah, amazing hobby.
Getting a fishnet cap for $2 from a beauty supply store, a crochet hook, and any colors of hair you want, and going at it can be an absolute blast. As long as you do it on your porch, backyard, or lay a blanket down under you if it's your house. Fucking owns.
Well, yeah.
that.
Hey, if you're out there and you're making wigs, we love you. And if you're out there and you've joined MaximumFun.org, we love you more. If you're doing both, you're our favorite. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I just want to
Jesse,
say
anything?
before we go,
yeah.
yeah, before we go, I just want to give a couple shout outs.
Yes.
Shout out to Deleted. Deleted's cringe hobby. When I'm bored, I like scratching my head, finding pieces of dandruff, and look at close enough to notice unintentional shapes and patterns.
You know what? Kind of cringe. I was skeptical at the cringe of some of these, but you know what? Inspecting your dandruff, a little bit cringe, and we respect you for posting.
One of my hobbies, says Obi-Wan Kenobi 1993. One of my hobbies is having sex with escorts. And as you might imagine, I've never
Okay.
discussed this with any of my family or friends. Real connoisseur.
Hobby. I mean, I guess, right? Yeah.
You could call it a hobby, I think.
That is a funny thing to unload in r/hobbies, like where people are also discussing, model trains and collecting bottle caps. It's like, here's the place to reveal this. Here's the place. Yeah, because I'm sure there is an r/escorts or r/sex work or something like that, where people will be like, hey, like it's, I understand, and this is, but who just like, hey, wig makers.
Yeah.
Here's something I'd like you to know.
If your hobby is listening to Jordan Jesse, though, MaximumFun.org/join. Thank you
Honestly,
to everybody.
it's a little cringe. It's a little cringe if you listen to podcasts.
Hobby.
A little cringe.
Thank you to
But
everybody.
we don't care. We love you.
Thank you to everybody who's been watching on the live streams all week long. We will be back next week, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, excuse me. We will have lots of cool guests from the world of Max Fun sharing with us some of their favorite subreddits. And thanks to everybody who's become a member. MaximumFun.org/join if you have not. Remember, it's the only way to save America from Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, Jordan Morris. Good. Can we get Drake going like this to Jordan Peterson and then pointing at me? You know what?
I think that's about
Actually,
right.
don't do that. Don't make that. But
Yeah,
that sentiment.
We want to keep our inboxes chill.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. So don't make that meme, but think about that idea.
I draw gay porn for free and for money.
Well, there you go. Okay. So it's not technically
I draw
hobby.
dick in ass action. That's what they said.
Hey, nothing cringe about that. Nothing cringe about that, buddy. Good for you.
I collect jester dolls. We'll talk to you next time on Jordan Jesse Go.
I'll hug you and kiss you and love you.
Love you.
Love you. Love you.
Love you.